All right, what's up, guys? So, update. Biggest thing: rechargeable time design. No more batteries. I'll kind of get into that a little bit. There's a lot of little changes that I did that I want to just go ahead and talk about. Everything at the moment has been updated and published for the files. So go ahead and go over there. I've also done a really good video on assembling and using with some good tips and tricks and stuff. The included PDF has a lot of information about part selection and some useful information there too, so I would give that a read. All right, so one of the first big things is going to be the actual fuse, and this is for both designs. One of the problems that keeps popping up is it striking the side or striking incorrectly or not with enough force because of a couple of reasons. The biggest being wiggle in the screw. If it wiggles around too much, when it comes down, it's going to strike the side or just not strike it at all. These springs from China, of course, kind of suck. If you leave them compressed for a while, they do lose their height, their strength, whatever. They get compressed. I've noticed that like some of them that I've been using since the beginning have gone shrunk halfway and would just never set the round off. Make sure that you're not leaving them cocked, or just pay attention. Like all of a sudden, if it just stops working, your spring has just likely lost its power. So in order to solve those two, I've kind of just messed around with the files and kind of messed with the dimensions to help tighten up the screw so it doesn't move around so much. In the video included with the files, I kind of go through in detail on how to properly do it to where it's nice and tight for you, and it's not loose, because if it's loose, you're just gonna have problems. I've changed this around so that you also get more distance for the whole assembly to accelerate down. It is like a mil or two longer than it used to be. Yeah, it's increasing in height, but I've noticed a better increase in reliability just because it's now got it's stronger force because of the further travel distance. Otherwise, I kind of changed it up. I added some nice text to the bodies, to all the different bodies. These are a little bit older. I've flipped the bottle around and just some other cosmetic stuff here and there, and then help increase the printability of this. You can see this is an old one and this is a new one. It's a little bit easier to print these than the older versions. Okay, so getting on with the time design. So the two problems with the design that before is, number one was the bearing that was ridiculously expensive, and the button batteries, the Sierra 2032 button batteries, having to replace those. So I've gone ahead and solved both of those issues with this next iteration. So now everything is rechargeable. You can just plug in your charger and it'll charge up for you. It's nice and simple. The charger is external. Originally, I wanted to put the charger inside so you can just plug in a USB-C, but there's just such limited room inside of here that it just makes it super complicated, especially considering that a lot of the chargers don't have a method to secure it down inside of here. And I'm not gonna, if I go and try to do a whole custom PCB with a bunch of fancy features and stuff, you're gonna have to go and get that PCB assembled, and that's just a whole nother thing that I'm sure most people aren't interested in. So this is just, commonly available components and a couple of crimps and a little bit of solder. That's it. As far as the bearing goes, it is no longer a bearing. It's the same mechanism as the impact. The bearing really wasn't doing anything before other than just offering a really smooth surface to ride on. I've also gone ahead and decreased the size of the cam here in the center to allow more torque from the motor, since the longer one has more force being applied further away from the shaft of the motor. So this one should be a little bit stronger. I don't necessarily think it was needed, but it is just nice to have. So that's about it for the update, the changes that I've been doing. Again, go look at the latest stuff. Should help answer a lot of questions and kind of maybe give you some advice on how to use these things. All right, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I answered some of your questions and kind of made these better for you. Stay tuned, because I do have another project coming up that I've been working on for a while. It's still going to be a little bit because it's just slow moving project, but it's going to be really cool. So yeah.